Chapter 1, The Last Normal Sunset. I stepped off the old bus and smiled at the cool mountain air. It smelled like rain and pine trees, just as I remembered. My father was waiting beside the dusty road. "There you are," he said with a tired smile. "I was beginning to think you had changed your mind." "I almost did," I admitted as I hugged him. "It has been too long." He laughed softly. "Too long for both of us. Come home." As we walked through the village, familiar faces waved at me, but something felt different. Their smiles faded too quickly. They whispered after I passed. "Why is everyone staring?" I asked. "They're only surprised to see you," my father replied. "Don't worry about it." I wanted to believe him. When we reached our house, I dropped my bag beside the door. "It hasn't changed at all," I said. "Some things shouldn't," my father answered. A knock interrupted us. I opened the door and found Noah standing there. He had been my closest friend before I left. "Noah," I said. He forced a smile. "It's good to see you. You don't sound happy." "I am happy," he replied quickly. "Just surprised." "Come inside." He shook his head. "I can't stay." "Why not?" "I have work." His excuse sounded weak. Before leaving, he leaned close and whispered, "If you hear bells tonight, don't leave your house." I frowned. "What bells?" He stepped back. "Forget I said anything." Then he hurried away. I stared after him. "What was that about?" I asked my father. He looked uncomfortable. "Noah worries too much." "About bells?" "It's an old village tradition." "Since when?" He avoided my eyes. "You've forgotten many things." That answer only made me more curious. Later, I walked toward the village square. Children played quietly, but their parents kept calling them home earlier than usual. An elderly woman waved me over. "I remember you," she said. "Mrs. Ilera." She smiled gently. "You still know my name." I could never forget. Her expression turned serious. "Then remember this too." "I'm listening." "When the sun goes down, stay inside." I laughed nervously. "Everyone keeps warning me." "What's happening?" "You don't need the truth today." "I think I do." She slowly shook her head. "No. Some answers arrive only after darkness." I watched her leave, my heart beating faster. The peaceful village I loved suddenly felt full of secrets, and I could not shake the feeling that everyone knew something I did not. I hurried home before the sky turned completely dark. My father was setting bowls of stew on the table. "You look worried," he said. "I spoke with Mrs. Ilera." His hand paused. "What did she tell you?" "Only that I should stay inside tonight." He sighed. "Then listen to her. I'm tired of warnings. They're meant to protect you." "From what?" He looked toward the window instead of answering. "You'll understand someday." "I don't want someday. I want now." His voice became firm. "Not tonight." We ate in silence. Every few minutes I caught him glancing at the old clock hanging above the fireplace. Finally I asked, "Are you waiting for someone?" "No." "Then why do you keep checking the time?" He forced a smile. "Old habit." I didn't believe him. After dinner I washed the dishes while he locked every door and window. "Since when do you lock everything before sunset?" I asked. "It's safer. This village was never dangerous." He whispered, "Things change." A cold feeling settled inside me. Later I went to my room, but sleep refused to come. The house felt too quiet. Then I heard it. Dong! A single bell echoed through the valley. Another answered from farther away. Then another. I rushed to my window. Every house glowed with a single candle placed beside a window. Our house. I whispered. We don't have one. I ran downstairs. Dad. He stood near the front door holding an unlit candle. We forgot, he muttered. Forgot what? He didn't answer. Instead, he struck a match. Before the flame touched the wick, the match suddenly died. His face turned pale. No, he whispered. What is happening? He grabbed my shoulders. Whatever you hear tonight, don't open the door. You have to explain. I can't. A loud knock echoed through the house. 3 slow knocks. Then silence. I stared at the door. Dad, who is that? He swallowed hard. I don't know. Another 3 knocks sounded, louder this time. I stepped forward. He pulled me back. No. Maybe someone needs help. Nobody should be outside. The knocking stopped. The silence that followed felt even worse. I waited for another sound, but none came. At last my father whispered, almost to himself, please let us be too late. His words made no sense, yet fear gripped my chest. I stayed awake until exhaustion finally closed my eyes, never knowing I had just lived through the last normal night of my life. Chapter 2, Morning Without a Village. I woke to complete silence. That alone felt wrong. Our village always greeted the morning with barking dogs, laughing children, and roosters fighting to be heard first. Dad? I called. No answer. I walked downstairs. Dad? The front door stood open. My heart skipped. He would never leave it open. I stepped outside. Dad? Only the wind answered me. I ran across the yard toward Noah's house. Noah! I shouted. His door swung open when I pushed it. The table was still set for breakfast. A cup of tea sat untouched. Noah, this isn't funny. Nothing. I backed away and hurried to the next house. Mrs. Illara. No reply. Every room was empty. A knitting basket rested beside her chair. The needles still held unfinished yarn. I stumbled into the village square. No. Every street looked abandoned. Doors stood open. Meals remained on tables. Laundry hung on clotheslines. It was as if everyone had vanished in the middle of ordinary life. This can't be real, I whispered. I ran home again. Dad! I searched every room twice. Then a third time. Nothing. My hands shook so badly that I dropped a family photograph. The glass shattered across the floor. I picked it up carefully. Dad, where are you? A voice behind me made me jump. You're alive. I spun around. A young woman stood in the doorway with a backpack over one shoulder. Who are you? I demanded. She raised both hands. My name is Lena. Please don't panic. How did you get here? I camped outside the village last night. You saw this? I saw lights in the forest. What lights? Blue ones. I stared at her. Did you see anyone leave? She slowly shook her head. No. Then where is everybody? I hoped you could answer that. I laughed bitterly. I just woke up. She looked around the empty house. I've never seen anything like this. Neither have I. She hesitated before asking, was anyone acting strangely yesterday? I thought about Noah's warning. The candles. The bells. My father's frightened face. Yes, I admitted quietly. Everyone. Lena stepped closer. Then whatever happened didn't begin last night. It began long before I came home. A heavy silence settled between us. Finally she asked, "What do we do now?" I took a deep breath. "We find my father. And the others." "Yes." I looked toward the empty street. "I won't leave this village until I know what happened." At that moment, I believed someone had taken them. I had no idea the truth would be even more terrifying. Lena and I searched every road together. "Check every house," I said. "Someone has to be here." She nodded. "Call if you find anything." For the next hour, I opened doors and shouted until my throat burned. "Father! Noah! Mrs. Ilera!" No one answered. I met Lena beside the old well. "Anything?" I asked. She lowered her head. "Nothing." I kicked the ground in frustration. "This makes no sense." She pointed toward the edge of the village. "Look." Fresh footprints covered the muddy path leading into the forest. "Those weren't here yesterday," I whispered. "Let's follow them." We hurried after the trail. For several minutes, the prints stayed clear. Then they simply stopped. I frowned. They can't just disappear. Lena crouched beside the last mark. "It's like everyone vanished from this exact spot." A chill ran through me. I looked deeper into the trees. "They're hiding something. Or someone is." We stood silently before turning back toward the village. As we entered my house again, I noticed a floorboard beside my father's bed sitting slightly higher than the others. That wasn't like this before. Lena knelt beside me. "Can you lift it?" I slid my fingers underneath and pulled. The board came loose. Inside the narrow space rested a small envelope with my name written across the front. My breathing became uneven. My father hid this. "Open it," Lena whispered. My hands trembled as I unfolded the single sheet inside. Only one sentence was written. "Don't trust the people who come looking for us." I read it again. Then again. "What does it mean?" Lena asked. "I don't know." "Did your father expect this?" "I think he did." A loud engine echoed through the valley. Lena rushed to the window. "Someone's coming." I looked outside. 3 black vehicles rolled slowly toward the village. Men wearing dark uniforms stepped out. One shouted, "Spread out. Search every building." Another answered, "Leave no witnesses." My heart pounded. "They're here for us." Lena grabbed my arm. "We have to hide." I folded my father's letter and slipped it into my pocket. "Follow me." We slipped through the back door just as heavy boots entered the house. A man's voice thundered behind us. I saw movement. "After them." Lena looked at me with wide eyes. "What now?" I tightened my grip on the letter. "Now we run." Without looking back, I sprinted toward the forbidden forest, knowing the people chasing us might hold the answers I desperately wanted, and might also be the reason my entire village had disappeared overnight.